Sabinator. Sabinator, I saw you had problems last time with the functions or managing tools. Let me know on Rumble. If there's a problem, I'll take you out, put you back in. If people have problems with the managing tools, didn't even get into the mods yet to add more people because I was having quite a few problems on Rumble. It's understandable. It's sort of something that's normal. If you're new to this channel, I study in ufology. I'm happy that Divine Sorcerer is here. I'm going to be expecting a lot of feedback from you if you're not too busy, talking about electromagnetic frequencies, EMF meters, right? Like you see in the ghost hunting stories of videos of people ghost hunting. Well, they'll use the applications online that have the recorded words that talk about buried here or buried there, right? You don't use those. Like the real people don't use those. But the EMF meters, I saw some people during ghost hunting where they're walking around with the meter and, you know, to get good signs and detections like you do, putting an EMF meter on a table and backing up and expecting it to go off is a real sign that something or someone is here. I have a lot of experiences, not experience, right? I have a lot of events that happen to me with spiritual events, and I have a lot of activity in the house. So you could be sure the meter is going to do a lot of things. Like I set off telephones and smoke alarms. I could only imagine the meters. So EMF meter, one of a couple of other meters that I'm going to have to get. And of course, you know, it's a definite must. The one I have is all the functions. So I also have the 5G. I have everything in the electromagnetic frequencies. There's things about an awaited frequency and not an awaited frequency. It's like I have to learn more about that also, but it has a lot to do. Like, you know, people say, can you ghost hunt with it? Of course, right? But it depends on what you want to do and how you're doing it. You know, if I'm pointing to a light or something and I'm saying, you know, is anybody there? And then, you know, walking around with it could even cause possibly, they say, some of these meters to go off. So I'm not saying it doesn't work if you're walking around with it, but if you're looking for a true sign or something, you know, best be in an area where there's no electricity. There's lots of spots in my house where even though I'm surrounded by electrical devices where there's no activity, you can find the spots where there's no electricity or whatever, and you can do your tests like that. I will be doing that eventually. I can detect magnetic fields also. That one detects magnetic fields, all magnetic fields. And I will be able to do a lot of tests outside when the UFOs, especially the ones that came near me. Imagine having had that meter when the UFO came close, having had the infrared drone. For those that are new to the channel, there's going to be an infrared drone that I'm going to buy very soon. People have contributed to it. People were supporting the ideal of getting it, and you guys know I will not let you down. Looking forward to also getting a lot of new style, maybe types of videos, not taken away from the research, but there's some areas I'd like to adventure in and that I can't necessarily have access to. But with the drone getting higher up, we will be able to visualize, a lot of other things. Thank you to the Twitter platform. Thank you to Rumble platform and YouTube platform for being here. For those of you that understand that the research is serious enough that it affects really all of us, and my theories here, I contribute with the research, is just an extra theory, in my opinion, and how I feel about the research, but I could be wrong. But what I'm visually showing is not wrong. You know, they're UFOs. We can say that we have some people saying that there's planes. I don't even believe that they're real trolls. Like someone will pretend it's planes, but that doesn't offend me, guys. If you guys think I film pixelation, or you guys disagree, or think that by telling me hundreds of times in a comment that it's chromatic aberration, I don't mind. I honestly don't mind. Maybe some of you even possibly believe it, but it's because of that I was able to come to a conclusion and decide that I'm also going to show the things that other, you know, researchers and maybe ufologists don't show, like camera glitches. I've filmed pollen. I've tried to show you guys everything, you know, refracting sun. Sure, there's lots of tricks that people can do to post a satellite and pass it off as a UFO, but that's why it's very important to analyze the characteristics. I in depth analyze the characteristics. I'm doing it the same way any association working in ufology or in space would do it. I think I'm doing even a little more, but it's not It's not the fact of doing more. It's the fact that I'm telling you what I'm doing, but a lot of people are not. Saint-Laguerre des Monts, ben, merci beaucoup. Dancer in the Storm, welcome. Bienvenue. Merci beaucoup. Bonjour de Montréal, Québec. So, Sabinator, how are you, brother? We have Hauser here in the house. Thank you very much. Good day to you, the Divine Sorcerer. So, just got that first EMF meter, man, and I'm going to be doing some experiments, but at the same time in the house, lots of activity I have here. So I'll be able to do some tests with, the EMF meters. And if you guys are buying a K2, be sure that the background is not white. I don't know, Divine Sorcerer, if that's true or not. But a video 4 or 5 months ago, somebody said if you're buying a K2 and it's $20 online and it's got a white background, it is not a real K2. To be careful, I believe, to have the black background. Right on, the Divine Sorcerer. Claude, comment ça va? Anika, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Nicole S is here. Mix Mayhem, hey, it's Friday, truther time. Hope you had a good day for your birthday. I did. I had a very quiet day here. And my son has yet to call me. He forgot, so he's going to feel bad when he calls. He never does. But yeah, absolutely. Had a birthday. We're snowed in today. Lots of snow. It's still snowing right now. I am going to have to be going outside to do some shoveling afterwards. Kai in the house. I hope you're doing well, brother. How's it going? Make it a good start, guys, and hit that like button. I wouldn't change a word in what you said. It really helps the channel, and it does. And of course, if you guys want to see the channel grow, please do. I really appreciate that. Lots of stuff that we'll be able to detect and see with the new meter, and we're going to be able to. Let's turn it on. We'll hear. Yeah, obviously, lots of stuff going on. So if you click again on it, it takes away the sound. It's got a sound on it. It's just a regular EMF meter. You have all the different things that you can detect. There's different ways of detecting it. In other words, different measurements of the frequency, the surrounding areas and stuff. So it is very interesting. And like I said, I have the radio frequencies, RF, and all RF, and which is there's a lot now. Yeah, a lot of radio frequencies. So that's an extra little tool with the meter on it. We'll be able to see different things. So when I'm talking, I guess it's reading me something. There's lots of, yeah. Now I'm going to have to look at what the dangers are. Radio frequency 5.9, right beside my brain here. 5.9 is a lot. So anyways, it'll be something definitely a must to use. So, ghost detecting, you use the electromagnetic frequency. Okay. So like you get to an area where it's zero. Let's see if my brain has it. No brain activity. Let me think of this something. No, I'm thinking of nothing. Anyways, just being an ass. Electromagnetic frequency. All the devices of the house. I have microwave to 5G magnetic fields. My problem is that the devices are being burnt. My cameras and everything. And I'm having a glitch with the audio that descends. The audio goes down and little problems with the camera, much like you saw the last stream. I'm glitchy. I love it. There's always glitches around me. So as a person showing stuff with these meters and stuff like that, I'm going to be able to show you guys a lot. Okay, look at it this way. I was able to show you stuff with a telescope that people have never shown people, and I'm going to show you a lot other stuff with this. Ask the Divine Sorcerer. I think you got it or you don't. You either have a connection to the other side or you don't, right? Maybe everyone can communicate with them, but maybe not everyone can communicate with them. That's for sure. But that'll be good near the 5G tower. So just, to do some tests. Absolutely. Thanks again, Anika, for being here. Stardust in the house. Hi, Bruce. Hi, everyone. Greetings from the United Kingdom. Thank you very much. Hope you're all doing great. Motley MS Sport. Thanks, guys. Susan Ravella in the house. Thank you very much, Susan. Je suis sur Rumble. Juste pour toi, je suis... Aguerta sur Rumble. Merci beaucoup, Claude. Je t'aime fort. C'est super cool de ta part de me suivre. Puis ça l'aide aussi sur les autres plateformes. It helps me a lot on the other platforms. Anyone new to Rumble, and listen, sorry for the abuse, mods. On Rumble, we're having problems with the same trolls that always come by the channel. So, when there's glitches and stuff like that, don't feel, mods, that you have to just preoccupy that. If there's too much activity, just let them talk. Seriously, they're not hurting anything. Let them talk. People will see that there's attacks, and just listen to the video, because that's usually when the troubles often start. I hope you're appreciating the research. If you're new to the channel, if you have any questions about what I'm using, yeah, man, absolutely. And the Divine Sorcerer also has some videos up. Me, I just wish that you were closer, man. A lot of you were closer, that we can do a lot of researching. But speaking of close, we got Alex. Odiente Lex will be with me this summer. Probably Elias, also Crazy Music Space Jam, and a couple of people. If you're in the Montreal region, honestly, we can set up some evenings around here. I'm going to be venturing around, also close to the Ontario border, the Quebec and American border, right here, minutes away. And I think that the activities here is beyond, I repeat, is beyond what most people think. People will think I'm fast forwarding the videos to get all these UFOs coming up. People are thinking that I'm cutting the videos and that I'm going back outside at different days, and I'm really not. Videos do cut. I'm a video cutter. I have to make a video, right? I don't just post a whole 6-hour video. But I've proven that I can sit outside, stand outside, and look at that one area and have them all lift up. For those of you that have been following me over the years, remember the blue beam video that I showed? We will be watching a video today. Very interesting. The blue beam video that I showed of a blue beam rising up from the ground here in the back of my home. That is the same area where the UFOs are rising up. There's something there. Could be a portal. What would a portal look like? Could it not just be a blue beam, right? Portals and stuff like that, if they even exist, because if you look up what a portal is, it's still theoretical. But the UFOs are coming in from somewhere. And if they're not coming in from somewhere, they're just quite simply appearing when they get to a certain height. Are they coming from the ground or not? I don't know. I took the time in the last video to show you when I went into town. I got several videos of me going into town, showing the exact area. Me, I love it because the trolls get so effing mad when I talk about the biological lab, right? Which is supposedly a marijuana depot. They are doing testing living organisms and insects and agriculture on corn and grains and all this stuff that they're doing testing there. A marijuana depot that never has any vehicles going or coming, leaving or coming the area. It's not a marijuana depot, or maybe it's a marijuana depot, but look it up, the biometrics or whatever. We'll see it in the video. You guys can do your own research. I like getting the trolls mad. I like being a thorn in their sides. Those who are attacking the channel to try to stop the research, it's not going to stop. And this truth is hidden because of us. We are the ones that participated in hiding all of this truth and everything that's out there in space by taking bribes, by through jealousy, through fame, through wanting to be the number one, researcher, and not sharing your work, and to being the first to talk about a certain thing. And it's too bad, because all of us together can literally turn around and expose the government. All we have to do is share this research and the research of others, whistleblowers. There's lots of them, I'm sure, but not necessarily like I'm doing. What I'm doing is exclusive. My research is exclusive. A lot of people come here, check out so-and-so channel. He's doing the same bloody thing as you. It's not true. I'm doing it with my telescope. I'm showing the moon, and I'm able to see the moon. I explained how to do it. Nobody wants to do it. Not many people are doing it. Well, that's okay. I will be the one to show it all, because unless people do the exact same technique as what I'm doing, you're not going to see the surface of the moon. So that's why I'm able to see around the moon, why I'm able to see UFOs here, not the ones rising. That's the infrared cameras doing all the work. I'm not doing nothing. They're rising up. I'll tell you what, though, without my infrared camera, I would not have been able to know that UFOs are rising there, because they are not all visible to the naked eye. Darla's in the house. Thank you very much. Right on, Dancer in the Storm. Yeah, hey, and hey, I appreciate it, my dear friend. I hope you find some interest in it. I hope you find the videos and the research interesting. I'm blocked, and what I'm showing, it's little amounts of traffic trickle in. We were doing pretty good at one point on Twitter, but then there was a little bit of jealousy. So there's a control on the traffic on the channel. So on top of the research being hidden and banned, right? We're not allowed talking about these things. That's for sure. It absolutely is, Susan. As a matter of fact, I say it a lot. I think that my research has a lot to do with paranormal activity. What I'm looking at, those lights, is ghostly entities in reality, because that's the big trick and secret how they hid this spiritual paranormal side to all of this. A UFO report, not a a demon report or an angel report or a spirituality report. But you can be sure every one of those agents working on these secret projects are very spiritual, and they understand exactly the possibility of an entity entering this realm. And when we say this realm, entities are obviously all in the same realm. We're all in the same realm, right? There's just different what? Dimensions or different portals, they say. But those are just terms that we give something to be able to understand something. So I don't get too tied up in the terms, like portals and unmute. There we go. Sorry about that. So where was I? They wanted me to stop, so I'll stop talking about that. Dancer in the storm. Ben, rebonjour, mon ami Yann et Rookie, comment ça va? Chez moi, il y a des gros bourdonnement, OK, wow, ça résonne dans la tête. Big, lightning stri big, thunder clapping, over our friend, Yan. Sans no exaggeration, I believe, um, he believes it's harp. Now, you guys can go to Yan and Rookie's channel and look at most beautiful creature, of course, but go and look at the chemtrails that Yann gets. Je suis en train d'expliquer les chemtrails que tu pognes, man. La vidéo, là, je sais pas si tu en as posté d'autres, là, mais of là pas trop longtemps, là, the chemtrails that he's seeing is absolutely crazy. He's getting very, very anomalous weather, strange, phenomenal weather, like all of us around the world. I believe that the weather around the world is completely manipulated. That maybe even we don't have weather around our planets. Maybe it's all done through, 5G or lasers and stuff. You're going to say, well, Bruce, 5G wasn't around for so long. Well, not here, you know, but on the moon, they have, much like what Israel has, I believe now, the Iron Dome. They have that on the moon. I'm showing a stationary massive light with a point turning around, turning around, turning around and shooting objects, making them explode on the surface of the moon. So that is a little scary. Can't wait to see what you find, bro. Absolutely, man. I'm hoping to get some good feedback, and where the UFOs are. With the infrared drone, also. Hopefully, I always get close to them. They're so close to me, and I can always go up with the drone to take a look at something. Hopefully, the drone. Yeah, I'll find an area, proper area to do all that. That's where they charge up. Dancer in the Storm. Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people are seeing the activity. Well, thank you very much, Nicole S. Nice to see you. HP. The moon is seen with binoculars. HP is showing a big planet behind the moon. Can it be seen with binoculars or a cheap telescope? Yes, telescopes see for billions of kilometers and miles away. It sees Andromeda. You can see to the end of the galaxy with a telescope. All telescopes see millions of miles away, no matter what the size. That's what I was told. And the big ass scope that I have, people have a hard time believing that I'm showing the surface of the moon. So go figure. Well, big planets behind the moon. Well, there's always um, an area where you're going to see the planets. It will always be behind the moon, right? I've never seen a friggin' planet pass in front of the moon. Then there would be a serious problem. Earth would be like unregulated. There'd be storms. It'd be like crazy psychotic storms, and we'd never see it going by, right? So sometimes when we get major storms, sometimes I wonder, and I'm saying, like, what is this electrical storm like Yan's just having right now? Is it really because of the energy in storm? Or is it something else? Is it something entering or passing close to Earth? Every time they announce a comet, there's always rain. Always, 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 always. No matter when they announce a comet's supposed to come close to Earth, 1.2 million miles sometimes, there's always a lot of humidity, cold, rain. I don't know about you, guys and gals in your end of the world, but here in Quebec, a lot of rain every single time that they announce that there's a comet. When the moon is full, you're going to get a lot of humidity. That's when the water beads on your car, right? Morning and night, everything is soaking wet. You're out making a fire, and whoop, oh boy, your cigarette packs drenched because of why? The moon. The moon's causing so much humidity around Earth. That's all it is. That's what I believe it is. Sun, heat, whatever. But is it all manipulated? It could be. Somebody went and placed the sun and the moon there for some reason. We probably never know about it. That's for sure. Bruce, feeling better. Sun activity right on, Kai. Yeah, man. Um, not calming down, dude. It is dead. Done. Done, done, done. 48 hours. 30, 48 hours. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Stupid, eh? I don't have any cramps anymore. Yeah. The sun is dead right now. We just got back-to-back CMEs radiation that hit Earth. It was February 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Just let me confirm the sun right now isn't. It just started. Just started, Kai. Now it's up to C now. It did not have any activity before I started the stream. So there's a little bit of activity. No storming right now, but the X-ray flux is C6.16, a good number, which means that the sun is getting a little brighter. Not too many sunspots. Well, actually, there's 3 ginormous sunspots the size of Earth, but still, I've seen the sun a lot worse than that. But right now, C is, it's nothing big, but she's been worrying me. That sun has been very active. We have a national security problem. A serious one, a cryptic statement warning of a possible serious national security threat. This just happened on Wednesday. It sparked many social media users, to speculate that it could be related to UFOs. I am one that thinks that the UFO research that I'm doing has a lot to do with what they are not talking about in the UFO report. Has nothing to do with Saturn or other planets. The moon is inhabited, and if it's a breakaway civilization or not. I was talking with Jeff Benoit live yesterday. That's what I was doing for my birthday yesterday. I did a hour and a half, 2 hour interview with Jeff Benoit live. That's in my community. If you guys want to check it out, it's in French. We'll be doing some more of that in English. So House Intelligence Committee, the chairman, Mike Turner, said today the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence has made available to all members of Congress information concerning a serious national security threat. It's about to come out. I'm requesting that President Biden Dinkeldork declassify all information relating to this threat so that Congress, the administration, and our allies can openly discuss the actions, what the hell's wrong with my head? The actions necessary to respond to this threat, Turner added in a statement. The House Intelligence Committee did not release any further information detailing what the threat is, prompting many social media users to speculate what it could relate to. The X platform is going nuts. They're talking about UFOs, and a lot more. The red UFO that lifted up. I'm going to call the red UFO. There's no red filter there, by the way, just bringing the exposure down. YouTube did not give me any views for that except for 59 people. 59 people from here, YouTube, saw the before last video. Only 59. 450 people from Twitter saw my YouTube video. I don't get viewers from YouTube ever, by the way. I hope you all know that. The last video, YouTube, there's over 2,000 views. It's not much, but still over 2,000 views. There's only 200 people, 175 people on YouTube that watched the video. And the people that watched the video have phones, most of you. So that's how they're blocking my channel. So unless you share it out, it's not going to get out to other people. That is for sure. One user on Twitter says, imminent UFO invasion. One says, aliens, it's aliens, isn't it? For sure. This is HuffPost. There's some people that are known, right? SimilarX user says, I'm really hoping that it is concerning UFO, UAPs, and it means we're getting one step closer to the real disclosure. Either way, pay attention, America. Something wicked this way comes. You are not reading the room if this is not UAP UFO related. Somebody said it's definitely alien related. Somebody says sharing a GIF of an alien. Speculation is running that the NatSec threat to national security could be UFO related. If so, Turner is vague about it if it's UFO related, especially with the UAP hearings going on, because nobody's talking about anything. You know, it's a really sad thing. Americans understand that there's a range of threats and challenges that they're dealing with every single day. Of course, you know, cyber attacks, like we could list a whole bunch of them. Those threats and challenges range from terrorism to state actors. We have to contend with them, and we have to contend. I'm sick of, you know, the excuse of what they're always, you know, basically saying, right? We have the Pentagon's former top UFO hunter speaks out on UAPs and aliens. But these are the guys, you know, like the one that started Arrow. You got NASA choosing the people that are going to be in charge of Arrow. And then you got, you know, the people at Arrow that are really working for NASA and stuff. They're not going to tell us anything. They're deliberately raking in money and funds from people because they have to open up these associations, and they're just still laughing at us. And they're probably using that, sending it over to Ukraine or whatever the hell they're doing, but they're not using it for the actual purpose of why, you know, they're getting money. Fiscal funding for the Pentagon and all these governmental associations stopped. There's a fight in the States. You can clearly see that the government in the US has been brought to the brink of almost failure, right? Several times. But right now, it has to do with the UFOs. I believe it really does have to do with the UFOs. It can't come out, or it can come. It's going to have to come out. But is it going to come out the way we think it is? When is it going to come out? We have no idea. Scientist, Department of Defense, DOD, who was until recently tasked with investigating UFO sightings. There's another bugger that was really bothering me, Sean Kirkpatrick. Okay. UFO sightings, as said, he found no evidence of alien life on Earth. Now, this Kirkpatrick is the one that was hired by the corrupt people themselves to go and be in charge of that, business, right? Researching UFOs and finding out the real truth about it, turning around and telling us that aliens don't exist and that he didn't find anything alien technology. When we know that the SEAL teams are going inside of other countries that we've never had jurisdiction. When I say we've, I'm talking about the American government stepping over the border in lines where they never have before. Inside deals, money laundering, it's all happening. The SEAL teams are going to get alien technology, not only craft, and they're bringing that back, selling it, basically, right? Handing it off to Boeing and, you know, all these other corrupt associations, whatever the hell reason they should have alien technology, I have no idea. But it's a business. They're going to get alien bodies. They even had some that are alive. David Grush talked all about this. He was vetted. Why, after he was vetted, is the truth not coming out? You got the governments that are hiding the whole secret. Every country that is not talking out about this right now is part of the conspiracy for sure. Speaking on the In the Room podcast with Peter Burgeon on Tuesday, Sean Kirkpatrick, who until the start of December was the inaugural director of the Pentagon's All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, guys, ARROW. The best thing that could have happened, he said, in this job is if I had found aliens and I could have rolled them out, but there's none. Okay, that's what he says. I get mad, honestly. You see it in my face. The rare interview comes after Kirkpatrick stood down from leading the Federal Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena UAP Investigations Unit, which was established by an act, right, in Congress in 2022. So ARROW, which is tasked with investigating potential UFO sightings through data and witness interviews. So what is data? Data is what my footage is. Garpan Ufology, governmental association, by the way, in if not in partnership in something with the Space Force in the States, Jan Vetnet. Thanks to him, I was able to get my research shown. They took it out the evening that they were live and showing me. I started talking. They cut me off because they said we ran out of time. Pentagon doesn't want my research to be out there. MUFON gathers data and sends it off to the Pentagon. That is 100% confirmed. That was mentioned at a UFO report. They are the eyes for civilian captures. So data is something that winds up in a box, hidden, because there's not more than just that one capture with those characteristics. For example, if you see an oddly shaped UFO and it doesn't reoccur and it's never seen again in that area or any other areas, it winds up in what they call data. But the problem is that data becomes that those UFO files become data after about 2 to 4 weeks. So that's the problem. So the minute a story comes out and somebody, is approached by a military or government agent to, hey, thank you very much for giving us this footage as you're going to help with national security and stuff like that. I mean, the guy will be super happy that the guy leaves with his UFO footage. And the Pentagon doesn't have to tell you or the person that they took the footage from exactly what they're going to do with it. The same thing with Roswell when they went on the farm and collected all this UFO tech. You could be sure the same thing has been going on year after year after year after year. It's collectibles. They're collecting alien tech, right? And that alien retrieval program where literally for years they are even able, hey guys, they have a machine to be able to see and even down UFO craft. What the hell is going on? Who's in charge of this if the government doesn't know about it? I don't believe they don't know about it, but I believe that there's an interagency battle, right? I didn't make the term up. It's what they said. There's an interagency battle. I believe it. And they're just not telling us what that interagency battle is. But in reality, on the inside, say to yourself, a whole bunch of rich friends, billionaires, zillionaires, trillionaires, whatever, okay, zintillionaires, quintillionaires, all together. Do they get along? I guarantee you the Bilderberg group are people that all despise each other. They're all about power. Satanism's all about power. Satanism's all about becoming the strongest one, right? And that's what they're competing with. And now they're trying to destroy, everyone's culture and everything that's going on. But again, I think that's all UFO related. Everything revolves around that UFO story because the UFO story hides a secret. We have humans that are back engineering, reverse engineering, right? UFOs, but you're not going to tell me that aliens don't exist, for Pete's sakes. And when you shoot down a UFO and it's just a light, what is it? It could be a HAARP from beam. Sure, it could be something like that. So let me get some coffee, my friends, and we will check out that video. Connecticut in the house. Hey, David DeGeorge. I just saw a post about Connecticut yesterday and today. I saw a Masonic logo on the back of a MUFON guy that is in Connecticut. Apparently, there's a lot of activity the past few days. You guys have been talking about it there in Connecticut. There's a lot of hype. There's more people joining MUFON, more people starting to do the research. It was in the news today and yesterday in Connecticut. So possibly, David, you in your end of in your neck of the woods, you probably have seen some UFOs yourself. Now, don't forget, there's some that we don't see with the naked eye. That's why it's really important. Thank you, Susan. LA. That's why it's really important. Thanks, man. To have people. I don't remember what I was going to say anymore. Had a tough week. Yeah, whatever hit not only got me, but destroyed my PlayStation. Yep, man. Listen, the sun does that. It happened to me with a razor while plugged in and a toaster, completely dead. And it was during the solar storm. So you don't forget the Carrington event. What happened? The telegraph lines, people died. You had devices that were turned off, that turned on, and this overcharge of surplus of energy was coming through them, electrocuting people. Can happen. An EMP attack is what they're talking about. You guys have to check out Alex Jones on InfoWars. He just talked about it before. The 1980s Star Wars program, that's what you have to look up, okay? There are lasers. He just confirmed it, Alex Jones, in space that are shooting down enemy targets, which are rockets that are flying around. All this is since the 80s that the US has had that capability. Coffee. I have some old books my mother gave me and that we have, and it's old books talking about demons, spirits, entities, a whole bunch of things, these old copies of events and things that happen. I do a lot of podcasts, and sometimes I like talking about my own spiritual events. I've had events that would horrify possibly some of you, but it really isn't a horrifying event. It's just something that I accept. But once in a while, when I do a podcast, if it is something that you're interested in listening to, you can listen to it while you're driving. You can listen to it while you're doing your work. The podcast, I felt that they were pretty good because I try to get really deep into the spirituality. For me, it's Divine Sorcerer. For me, there's nothing else. There's nothing else more exciting. I won't get as much of a thrill bungee jumping as seeing a spirit or interacting with a spirit or getting a sign from someone that has moved on. I think it's beautiful, right? Retired here and see a lot of high strangeness. I hear you. There's lots out there, lots out there that people are seeing. Does it have to really do with a hotspot, or does it have to do with the person? I think sometimes it does have to do with the person. Been firing off some pretty powerful protons. Damn right, Mix Ma'am. In fact, there was a blast R3 early this morning, UK. Really? Not facing Earth, though, right? That's the thing. There's some facing Earth, some not facing Earth, or maybe it was, but yeah. Bike Hub. I like Pornhub. Angels, others been here a long time. I believe it. High-tech bases in Antarctica. You bet. The southern base is a weapon. They cause earthquakes. So we have that capability. The elites do want us gone. So unfortunately, we have to cross our fingers that they're not going to attack us first. We're going to witness all of this. We are witnessing it right now. That's what's happening for sure. Some ancient humans, we should live till 1,000 years. Damn right, we should be living till 1,000 years. And we should be a lot more intuitive than we really are. Trish, thank you very much, you guys. LA, I took today off because work is crushing me. Take today off and relax and enjoy it. Absolutely. Azure Native, right on, my brother. Recognize you, man. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Speak of the devil, that's one of my buddies that we will be doing some researching pretty often. I've never gone out with anyone, not once, man. Pas une fois que j'ai sorti avec quelqu'un pour aller faire des recherches. Ben, une fois, c'est vrai, peut-être une fois. There's Jeff Benoit that will also do it. At the same time, I'm going to be able to prove to some people it'd be nice having Azer beside me as I'm witnessing a UFO rising up from the sky. Have him look in the camera and say, "Look, you're seeing the UFO, and look, you can't see it in the sky." And so, yeah, that'll be definitely fun. Thanks, Darla. Yeah, well, there's going to be some new tools coming to you, mods, and people will be able to get this, guys. YouTube is going to allow us to know which people have been timed out, how many times they keep coming back. So if somebody comes back, I don't know if it's going to show with their other channels, but I think it will. So now people that come here with 50 channels to dislike, well, we're going to see that that person came 50 times or was timed out or whatnot. A bit more features maybe to help find out who's trolling or whatnot. So that's a positive thing, I hope. Okay, Bike Hub. That's why they were saying Bike Hub. Crazy, but today in the UK, it was a 14 Celsius outside. It's nuts. We just finished the beautiful weather, man. That's exactly what we had here. The sky is beautiful. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sky is beautifully clear tonight. So I'm going to stargaze after your stream. Right on. And listen, I'm going to send you a light, wishing you lots of luck tonight outside. I'm going to do the same thing tonight, hoping, but listen, it's a snowstorm right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get outside, unfortunately. Karen Fitzpatrick, thank you very much. Are you related to Kirk? Oh, he's Kirkpatrick, right? Fitzpatrick, is he? Boy, I wish he would talk, that guy. I wish he would hire someone not related to the elites. Absolutely, that's the secret. There's no two ways about it. Alex Fortier, dans la maison. Thank you, my friend. Hey, right on. Divine Sorcerer says it. Bruce Cizal, you can find all my work at www.spradparanormal.com. And I suggest that you all take the time to check them out. Absolutely. Take my day off today to go at, hold on, Divine. I'll get you right back up. Taking my day off today, Elias, to go at Long and McQuaid. And all I can say, Bruce, you are not alone anymore. Holy crap. He went and got something. Stop, you're going to make me want to take mine out. Monsieur Aléaus, c'est plus le fun qu'une guitare. Fais attention, je te le jure. Je te le jure. It is more fun than a guitar. Well, I'm not going to say what he got, though. It's a banjo. It's a banjo. Yeah. Beautiful instrument. Doesn't have to be played honky tonk or bluegrass either. You can play any style of instrument. And again, the Divine Sorcerer. That's his channel, guys. You can check out his videos. He does real authentic with the meters and stuff. He talks about a whole slew of other things. Check it out. Those of you that connect with people that are doing some of the researching and stuff. Love you, man. Thank you very much for being here. Please check your thumb button and fill it in, please, says Kai. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Wow. TET, thanks, man. Thank you very much. Happy birthday. I love you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys, it was my birthday yesterday. I shared a birthday with Galileo Galilei. Imagine the honor. I love it. And I also share a birthday with Chris Farley. Love it. Another guy I used to love. He's gone. It was probably the chubbiest cocaine addict, the poor guy. Yeah. Those actors go through a lot of crap, eh? It mustn't be that good of a life, to be honest with you. It mustn't be that good of a life, even though I wish I was an actor. McMahon said it's good to take time out for yourself, LA. It is, man. It is. I should too. But I don't. When I take time away from the channel, it's to clean. That's what I'm doing. Like I've told you, I have more dust here than on the moon. Now it's good. I dusted. Not as good as the people I know that dust, but damn right. Yes. Banjo, the sound of the banjo. I can't wait to see which banjo that he bought. That's what I can't wait to see, which banjo that he bought. Hey, we're going to get into that video now that most people will leave. No, 89. They were a bit better today, a bit more people. I want to thanks. Merci, Claude. Hello, Bruce. Much love to you. Merci, merci. Damn right. I can fly. Anything over low tech, my friend, might be a lie. I'll be honest with you. Big equipment. I don't see the military using big infrared equipment with the crap that they're showing us. So love is worth much more than that, LA. Thanks again, bro. TETs, thanks again, man. I appreciate that. Dancer in the Storm, you are an original. Thank you so much. How kind of you. Gregory Jones. Gregory Jones from Rhode Island. Thank you very much, man, for being here. Did you hear the stories about night vision testing, says Bike Hub, during the Vietnam War? Yes. Amazing stories. The times they used red spectrum instead of the green. Yes. And the red spectrum, I don't even think we are allowed to buy them anymore, but they saw all the entities that were around Earth, much like I'm doing on the moon. I'll be honest with you, with the way I'm filtering stuff, looking on the moon, it's a technique, a stupid technique that I fell upon where, oh shit, how come I can see stuff like that now? And now it's just that I understand it. But yeah, that was an incredible story. Like some of them flipped out. They were seeing dragons, right? This is not a joke. Russian soldiers, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I know there's a story about the Russians also, who, yeah, they were seeing dragons, demons, a whole bunch of entities and objects flying all around. They were shooting at them. The stories that they were shooting at them. Imagine. Lots out there. Anna, thank you. I saw a video last night from the UK where a traffic copter got footage of an orb only visible in night vision. Anna, thanks for mentioning that. And it's exactly that. Not all UFOs are visible to the naked eye. And the ones that aren't visible are the sneaky ones. The ones that I saw rising up there by the hundreds were obviously camouflaging themselves or cloaking themselves. Just a possibility. Is it plasma that we're seeing? Is it an actual spaceship? Is it a UAP? I think UAP is a pretty good term, unidentified anomalous phenomena. They changed that, right? It used to be unidentified aerial phenomena. Call it anything you want. Those are just terms that the military is using. A lot of you come here and tell me, Bruce, they're UFOs. They're nothing else. That's the term you should use. That's what the military uses. They don't change terms. Gregory Jones, thank you, man, so much for that, you guys. We've had a little problems and some attacks, and so sadly that the views are going down and stuff. But I really welcome everyone here. It's a really serious situation where the UFOs that are lifting up from the ground, not really concerning me, but I want everyone to see them. I want you guys to have your own opinions on exactly what we're looking at. We're going to get into a video right now also. So I thank everyone for being here. Absolutely divine. Maybe some other forms of life. Let's present this. Thanks for being here, everyone. We'll share the screen. My amazing friends here, Rumble, Twitter, listening in. Thanks again, everyone. Greatly appreciated. Share, and we're going to get maybe I'll make it full screen for you guys here. That way my big head will be off and we'll be able to get into the video. Where did Bruce put the video? Lots of videos. Right. Let's get into it. So there are UFOs rising up from my home. I'm filming as much as 342 in less than 2 hours. It's all in the same region. Maybe some of you don't know that they're not telescopes. Not satellites, nor are they telescopes. But for people to think that these are planes, when you know that a plane, and unless they're helicopters could take off like that. Why the fuck would there be 70,000 helicopters rising up? One person told me it was planes, and I'm saying, why? Is this footage from D-Day? Planes don't take off like that. See, I was inside on top of it, filming all this action. This, if you're new to the channel, is something that occurs here nightly and daily. I'm able even to film UFOs during the day. I'm testing with some devices here, which a lot of you know about, infrared devices. I use a monocular to be able to see all these things. When you see quantities of lights like that, changing directions at quick enough speeds also, because this is real speed, by the way, when you see them lifting up from the surface. I'm on the outskirts of Montreal, Quebec, right? I'm in Huntington, Quebec. Exactly. So a lot of people will be researching the area, right? Maybe even get some knocks on the door. I suggest that you don't communicate with me first, because I will not be answering the doors. So this yesterday, February 14th on the left is a UFO, but you can see a field. Okay, no, hold on. Before that, I want you to look. This is the one on the right. Amazing. This is I call it the Pulse News or CBC logo. But anyways, here, I want you to tell me what's happening to this UFO when it arrives just at the height of the spot lights on the ground. I'm going to prove to you that the UFO is leaving from the ground, and it's below the light posts, and it's going to cross over the light posts, and you're going to see the light hit it. Awesome. Watch. This is all recent activity, my friends. Watch when it passes the light. Finished. Less beam around it. See? It's down low in the trees where the light is. You can see the light just here on the left. That's where the spotlight is. So see at the spot of the height of the spotlight. Stop looking at the background. Look at the image. See it? Rising up? What happens with it? Why does it? What's leaving it? Why haven't I showed that before? Let's look at it forward and backwards once. I'll put it in black and white. It might help your eyes. That's how I'm looking at it outside. You can see there's energy around it, but it could be the lights. Because when it gets to a certain height, you see that. Let's see that in reverse. Let's see, come back down. See that? How it's entering the light field that is on the ground. It's those light posts that we're actually looking at. We're going to go see the area. We're going to go see an overhead view of the area. We're going to go see when they, this is on the moon, by the way. And I believe that the lights that we're seeing here could actually be coming from the moon. Those of you that have not seen the research yet, yes, they are lifting up from the ground of the moon. This one, major one that I really want to talk about. As you're going to watch this incredible UFO that came 15 feet away from me to the ground, okay, you're going to see that it's going to become circular, this invisible shape inside. Invisible yet a little dark, right? Do you find it amazing that the light here is not affecting this ring? And this light here is not affecting this ring. I also brought up the theory that this could be a crop circle. How they do the crop circles by a frequency, right? Look at the shape changing in the center, going from circular to stop sign shaped, octagonal shaped, square shaped. And you see 4 lights, but 4 other lighter lights, less bright lights that are around it. What would you do seeing this 15 feet from you in front of your face? You would know that it's not the government coming to say hello to you. I believe that this is not governmental, right? It could be HARP. I get it. Could be, right? But I don't know. I don't think we're there yet. And obviously the government would want to hide that. So if a government has a secret project, you could try as hard as you can to tell me that they're going to test the secret project by landing in the yard in Huntington, a yard where someone will view it, right? It would make no sense. So this is the part of where I went after I saw those lights rising up. There is a repairman that is now fixing things here at the junction. Listen in. I got some audio here. We'll hear a little bit about it. Thanks for listening in, everyone. That's where the UFOs are rising up.
Such a weird story. So here's the junction. I call it a junction. It's a Hydro Quebec. In towns, they have the setups, massive power lines bringing lights and everything out to the towns and things running underground. We can see a guy there inside of the enclosure going into his truck. He's putting up an orange a band, like when there's a murder around the area, because obviously he's going to work on it. I recorded outside and spoke, but it was so windy that you couldn't hear me speaking. Obviously, I didn't have a cover on the microphone. So I'm across the street, which I'm going to show you on Google Earth and Google Maps, further out the area. Without naming any names, I want you to see an incredible finding. So something happened after I saw those lights. This is the area, my friends, without a doubt, a couple of hundreds of feet from where those UFOs were coming up off of the surface. So yes, they were right beside this hydro enclosure that we can see there, absolutely 100,000%. If not, they would have been about in the vicinity. You can see that orange flailing thing there that they put around something that they're repairing. One truck there and two at the back, which you never see trucks there unless there's repairs to do or some...
Those just arriving, this is in the area where I show all those UFO videos at night where you see the UFOs rising up in the same area. Well, we're there. That's the area. And I'm going to show you the surrounding area, the 5G tower, and the biometrics lab that's there.
Initial, things that employees do when they go there once every 2 or 3 months or once a month. But I went to take a picture and I couldn't. So here's where it gets interesting. The UFOs brought me over here for some reason to find something. Here's an overhead view. There's a big, massive tower at the end of the enclosure you just saw. And I just want to show you there's only...
Let's back up a little bit here. Now, in the road, I just showed you this from across the street here. That's where I was looking here to show you this. Surrounded all around me are these fields. And what we're going to see here, well, you can see the shadow of this, which, by the way, we could see massive shadows like this on the moon, guys. I try to show some of that in the footage. So this is connected to a 5G, connected to high towering wires, the large wires, not the small ones in town. And I want to show you where it goes to give you an idea. So obviously I can't walk here. It's private territory. I'll get shot, especially around here. It's all private territory. But the hydro territory is where I'd have to venture. But hydro doesn't like that. But watch this. You're going to see that these wires, these high tension wires, go way out to St. Anisette.
For some reason to find something. Here's an overhead view. There's a big, massive tower at the end of the enclosure you just saw. And I just want to show you there's only fields, right? Fields and one farm leading out. You're going to see there crossing over a side road that goes to the States. But you know that that's just a massive power line. So the UFOs could also have come out of somewhere in that.
So you're seeing it here, eh? You're seeing them all here, these towers there. So I'm not saying that's where the UFOs can come from, but they are in the vicinity of a lot of power. And again, the hydro junction and stuff. So it doesn't help me to make you guys believe that they're aliens and that I would hide all this electricity around what's coming up, because it could be something else. Even though we know it's not ball lightning, it could be something else.
Also have come out of somewhere in that forest. And
that's where the drone's going to be going this summer, all along the line. I will film the whole cable line for you guys.
Forest is definitely a forest I'm going to have to invest time in looking, like walking down that line that I just showed you. Here's where it gets interesting. Listen and follow, guys. There's the fire station. There's the enclosure of hydro where I just showed you. So we're further away down the road, not very far. Let's turn around behind me and look.
This is my project. I live over here on the left in the block here, okay? This is a train that goes all the way to the 5G tower and stops right there. And in the back, I will show you also, this is Malone, New York, in the back of these trees. This is all the border where I am. There are no planes at all that come from the States there. They have an entry point, which is in Ormstown over here. And that's just to give you guys an idea of exactly where I am, what I'm showing. This is personal to me. It was leaked out where I live. The address and everything was exposed. So, enjoy it.
Across the street. So now facing the other way, you see they're doing some construction there. And this was way back, obviously, when Google took the images.
There's a lab there now.
There's going to be a cornfield there in the future that I'm going to show you in yesterday's filming that I did. There's a 5G tower, right? But before leading up to the 5G tower, here in town, we were told that they were going to build a marijuana depot. And there was no name or label in this field here. But at one point, which I just saw yesterday, they added.
That's the maddening part, because I'm being honest. The marijuana depot, okay, which is not built in this image, but was at the time that this existed. You know, they updated Google Maps. We'll have to go back. It's a marijuana depot. When you look at the name of the company, they do research in living organisms, and they're trying to test different products on agriculture against insects. There's a lot of researching being done there. That's quite simply all I mentioned. And now it doesn't play anymore. Let's start over. No. Where were we? About here, I guess.
Name or label in this field here, but at one point, which I just saw yesterday, they added an address and a name. Biotechnology company. Let's leave it at that, or lab, whatever. There's the 5G tower.
So when I said biotechnology, a troll went and looked up biotechnology, and they were talking about makeup products or something, because I didn't give the name of the place. Wake up, guys.
You can see on the right of the image, way back in the distance, right? I'm going to show you a bit to the left. Eventually,
right there, like this house, like back up 3 houses, I'm there. That's where I live, right there. Okay, so that you know. So coming here to town, this point here from my house is zero. The 5G tower right there is 0.9 kilometers from my house. 0.9 kilometers from my house.
There will be a cornfield here. We're going to see it today. They're going to build something there. They're building a biotechnology lab or whatever that's there. It's hush hush. We were also told it was a marijuana depot. And it just so happens yesterday, I found that out by rooting around on Google Earth and Google Maps. But let me show you something. Let's look at the 5G tower overhead. But there's Google Earth, and then we'll go to Google Maps, and you're going to see there's a difference. Here we can see very clearly. I can see it. There's the tower, like on the moon. There's the tower.
Think on the moon. Everything I'm showing you, imagine on the moon how big a tower would have to be for me to see it. This one would not be seen.
Ejecta, no. And there's a shadow, right? You can see it creates an L. But on Google Maps, sometimes when you go to look at that area, where, by the way, there's a biotechnology lab there now, there's only a shadow. They took the tower off, and there's some black line there that either replaces the tower, but the tower should be placed the same way I just showed you here, like we see here. That's the angle of the tower. Why would it ever change several times on Google Images? So I thought that was very odd that they were hiding that area. So turns out it is biotechnology. They're working on living organisms and cells and whatnot, molecular. It's serious.
That 5G tower and biolab, the exact area where I am, I'm like way closer than 20 kilometers from the border. I'm like 15, 16 kilometers away. So if somebody comes into Canada to work, which a lot of you Americans are, I know it, all the way to Montreal. A lot of you Americans work in Montreal. It's incredible. Thousands of you. And you cross every morning. And like back in the day in Franklin, okay, during the paperclip, right? The horrible, horrifying things that were being done, the lobotomies to the children and whatnot, they got caught, right? MK Ultra, mind control and all that. They are so far ahead in all of this. It never stopped. Everybody thinks everything stopped in the 40s and 50s. Oh my God, they were doing such horrible experiments. It's that it was leaked out after 30 years. After 30, 50, 60, 70 years, they tell us what happens because the other generation doesn't give a shit about what happened to the next generation, unfortunately. But I'm telling you, these areas are very close to the American border. So it's also an area, you must know, near an American border or any border, the activity is sort of a little different. The police activity is sort of a little different. We have no cops here. The cops come when there's a murder or when someone's in the ditch dead. There's no cops driving around looking at stuff, right? And that is an area where, quite simply, it's a weird area in town. You have to quickly turn into the parking lot there because it's sort of like a highway of 90 kilometers an hour, a small highway, 2 lanes, and people are going very fast there, and there's a track there.
So there's the 5G tower. You see everything, the 5G, the 4G, whatever, all the differences of the connections and everything. But look where it's connected to, and look what's there now.
Now go back to when David Icke and everyone were talking about in the UK when people were taking down the 5G towers. Do you remember that? When people were like not wanting to have eolians on their land and windmills and wind farms and all that. Well, it was pretty evasive. Around here we have signs up. The farms, I should show you some of them. Some of them, like, no, don't come on my land to build your towers and shit, because they get paid. They offer the farmers money because they have to build over their land, right? And I'm telling you, these 5G towers, when they went up, which I saw them installed, you'll see later on, there's military activity. I got big planes around here.
Don't forget, I was told, the whole town was told, and many other towns, that it was a marijuana depot.
Can I tell you guys something? What do you think it looks like with snow right now? Do you think anyone would be able to see that lab? It blends in with the sky. A white sky behind that lab. And what's on the bottom in front of you? What did they put? They put a cornfield there. You only see this lab when you're driving by here and you get to about this area at the end of the cornfield. You go, whoop, you look, and there's a track. So you got to go over the track in the hill and you go down. That's it. You don't really see it. It doesn't attract the eye. It's just a building, right? But that 5G tower is connected to the building. And if someone stupid enough is going to tell me that marijuana depot, which it would be just a warehouse, would need a 5G tower connected to the building, you're crazy.
Tipping out. And now I notice there's cars there. I can only imagine. I know there must be some American license plates there. I'm not going to show them, that's for sure. Not going to linger too much on the biolab, but it's connected close to a junction of Hydro-Quebec. And that right in front of you, where you're looking at in the trees,
this is no man's land. And I'm going to show you Malone, New York mountains,
where the UFOs would have lifted up. Right there. And if I was to venture there, those are mountains in the United States of America. So
you see it? That blue is not cloud. They're mountains. That's Malone, New York, but on a cloudy day. I'll show you them on a beautiful day, not cloudy. Like literally, I'm outside of my house and I see mountains. But they're in Malone, New York.
To venture there are the mountains in the United States of America. So they're literally landing in no man's land, or this supposed biolab is actually testing anti-gravity somehow. Is there a hole where they're coming up out of the ground to do certain tests? Like, listen, some can find it exaggerated or not, but I filmed over 9 UFOs yesterday lifting up off of the surface in hundreds of feet from this area. There's nothing else.
9 UFOs became 158 UFOs, became 286, became 324, became 400 UFOs at night, up to 500 UFOs. It doesn't stop.
Around it, there are only trees and, of course, scattered out houses until we go maybe 5-10 minutes down the road and there's nothing.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And look at that. People are so oblivious. I keep asking them here in town, why the living hell do you think a marijuana depot has so much energy and power connected to the building that a marijuana depot is going to have 4 floors of offices here, which no one is ever in? They have a door here high up. I guess that's how they drop off the marijuana, from a high door or something. Nothing has Nothing has the characteristics of any marijuana depot in Quebec. And this is why people are stupid. Really dumb not checking. Look at everything that's on the building. What the hell do they need a warehouse with all this shit on it, you know? Okay, you're going to say, Bruce, it's fucking heating or whatever, but no, it's that 5G tower is connected to this building. It's crazy.
Else. So that's biotechnology. You can see the dock doors up there on top. You can see the chimney on top. We can see the cars there. I counted about 12 cars yesterday. By the way, we see 3 cars.
Not 3, but 3. This one with this one and this one, this one. So during the day here, I often see a lot of the same vehicles that are parked. I'm just taking note, just being nosy.
The same. It could be governmental cars.
Could be Americans.
It could be people from the States coming to this side. So look at that. You saw the field. This is what was rising over the field.
So this is from my house. So now we're back to my house. These are the wires that are low on the ground. And the 5G tower, I've showed it before, would be about here. And the light would be flashing, but unfortunately, it's sort of on the corner because of the angle I'm on. It's right there. It's 0.9 kilometers from me. In the middle of the daytime, I can see the red flashing light from my balcony, literally. And the UFOs are here, and the 5G tower is here. So I went into town, and they're rising overhead of me, over top of the IGA and the field and the 5G tower and junction that I just showed you, literally.
Look at that. You saw the field. This is what was rising over the field. You just saw an explosion there, by the way.
Yep.
These UFOs cause explosions. Unidentified flying objects, or
did you know that UFOs cause explosions? Did you see the explosions in my last video? I indicated them. When the UFOs rise up from the ground, they spit out effing lights, plasma. Satellites don't do that.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. There's a helicopter going over my house.
Military.
Stopped and hovered, then descended down to the ground exactly where that bloody 5G tower was.
This is sort of how it started, guys.
And when it descended, I took off in my car to go and see what the hell was going on. And don't forget, this moment, I knew that it was a marijuana depot that they had just built. Nobody thought anything of it. Notice how the building is bloody white and it blends with the back white sky. It's along a track at the same time, and the fire department just across the street from it, Hydro-Quebec.
In my lifetime, every time I've met a light, it was to prevent me from being harmed, or it was to tell me something or show me something. And sometimes where I see the lights, it's often around certain areas that are controversial. So who knows, right? And again, I'm not confirming anything. It's just a regular place where they declare that they have a marijuana depot there, even though we don't see trucks there.
Junction or junction there, massive connections, and the building, there it is, like literally landing. So that's landing right beside the 5G tower. So when I posted the video, I said, well, guys, let's go see why it's landing near the 5G tower. And don't forget, this, yes, was last year at when they were doing the connections of the 5Gs. And everyone was talking about it.
So they were just connecting it, and David Icke and everyone was talking about the 5G, but then they started connecting them. We got a whole bunch of towers being set up here, by the way, guys. Like in the town next to me, they set up 3 new 5G towers. Okay, it's important to take note of that, because I want to see if by going beside other 5G towers, if I'm going to see lights. I am going to try to prove whether it is something coming from those the electrical wires. Don't worry. I will try to be sure. It could be that it's not alien related, but I'm telling you guys, I friggin' doubt it.
Ike was talking about, there was a lot of hype about the 5G.
I doubt it.
So I made a video and I went and saw this, of course, military helicopter that went and landed not in the vicinity, right in front of the tower, and touched ground. I wasn't able to get it quick enough. It lifted up. It wasn't there for long. So here's me taking off in the car.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Go film the 5G tower and just take a look, and I'll get back to you in a couple of seconds. So let's take a quick look at the I know of several where
we saw the 5G tower. So real quickly, this is just on the outskirts, not even in Montreal. It's Doesn't matter where it is. Check it out.
Several experimental labs, and I'm not going to mention.
Just to let you know, Americans are on the ground here in Canada working, and there's companies here that have addresses that are hidden, and there's companies here that you have bum websites where you can go and look and even apply for cleaning, like this area here where I did. And the area here, they're testing radio telescopes, but for an array system that NASA's building. So many people around the world are doing the work for NASA, are being paid in other countries.
Where they are.
That's how they hide.
Talk about them. At the same time, I know for a fact that a lot of those areas hide the addresses on Google Maps and Google Earth, and you can't see them. This area near Montreal, on the outskirts, builds radio telescopes and is building and working on an array system. Have you heard of NASA's gigantic array system that they want to do? And we're talking about HARP, CERN. These radio telescopes are all lining themselves up, and they're beaming microwaves up into the ionosphere. See, now look at the glitches here up in the air. Boy, I'm so confused.
I flipped out when I had the video. At one point, I posted an image of it, but I posted it like this. And somebody asked me, said, "Oh my God, it's actually running?" And I flipped out, but no, it's just the glitch in the window.
Boy, I'm so confused. I said it has to.
Thought it was chemtrails in the video.
Wrong. So I'm not even going to mention what looks like chemtrails, but it's nothing. It's just a glare up in the
just corner. A quick view of a radio telescope, guys.
Look at this incredible radio telescope. We're also going to go into the yard. I was going for an app.
Oh, volume cut up. Oh, I must have cut the audio. So, yeah, there it is. A radio telescope, a big mama radio telescope. Not one of the biggest, of course. And they build them and they test them there, I guess, even though you're not supposed to, not testing it, sending a message to space, I hope, because it would kill you. I'm not supposed to be beside them, but I took a chance to go in the yard. This company makes objects in space, like Canadian Arms and stuff, to send up for NASA. And you see in the background there, the pallets, there's a lot of stuff there in the yard there. This is a plane that was at the 5G tower the day that helicopter, right? Or around the same time of the helicopter. Look how close this Army, these are the ones that went to Iraq there. You recognize the big military vehicle? It was loud. I had to turn the volume down, and it did a turn around where the 5G tower is. There was a couple of planes doing that. Just an idea of the sound. It was bad. It was loud. They're not allowed doing that. Just to let you know that, by the way, they are not allowed doing that, right? Unless his mother passed away and he's going around the house. Why am I saying that? Is what I heard. That's a story that the neighbor in front told me, that he came by with the plane and went around his mother's house. So it could be that, but you can see him turning around. He said he couldn't locate it, and then he saw it and he turned. So if that's it. I'm telling you guys, my aluminum roof was shaking. It was vibrating when this mama went by. On the moon, we're almost done the video. Thanks for your patience. We are looking at, and we're going to show one of Kai's favorites. Oh, we're going to see it a lot in 2024. This is several UFOs arriving to the moon. So why is it sideways? Well, that's the right side of the moon. So say to yourself, the whole moon's here, and I'm just on the outskirts of the moon. I got rid of all the shit and stars there because I want you to notice that these UFOs are causing light to rise up here to illuminate the whole side of the moon as these objects are landing on the moon. Watch this. One there, another one there. They're fast, eh? This is real speed. One there, another one there. And you catch them all the time. They're all over the effing moon. There could be millions of them. I bring up the exposure a little bit. We get pixelation, but do you see the beautiful blinding light in the background? Do you see that there's a light? What is that telling you, that light around the UFO? What does that confirm to us? It confirms to us that the UFO is interacting close to the moon and not like most channels that show stars beside the moon once the moon is aligned with Aries or another constellation. They do it all the time. Hundreds of videos saying, what is this beside the moon? Is it Nibiru? And it is a bloody star that is stationed there. The moon moves around and the constellations move around behind the stars. Nobody knows this. And you see all the stars sometimes come really close to the moon. But the problem I have with that is that sometimes the moon is illuminated when a star is close, but that should not be. So watch, we're going to look at it right side up if you'd like. And I'm going to up the light and no filters so you can see the trap door that this mama's going into or coming out of. Pretty impressive. I'm telling you. You want more research like this? There's a trap door sideways. Let's see it a couple times. Look at, okay, whoa, 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 whoa. This light, okay? The moon is like this when you look at the moon. Look at the light that the UFO is going to do. This in itself, I should make a short video about it. Just that. And it should get views. But, I don't know. Not everyone's liking the shorts, I guess. Watch this. Watch the illumination of the light. They're too revealing, the shorts. That's why. See? So now we are looking at a complete sunny, bright, sunshiny day on the moon as these UFOs are illuminating the atmosphere. What the hell is going on? And when it lands, look at it. You see it. It's the light's going to go back down. What's that object coming up? What are they shooting from the surface? Slingshotting lights. Is it war? So do you understand why I was the first to mention that there was a war on the moon a long time ago? That everyone's talking about it now. Hey, Bruce, I feel there's a war on the moon. I remote view. Yeah, well, I telescope view. What do you think of that? Let's look at this one a little bit. Traumatizes me. Do you see as it's the erected object rises, moon's erection, you can see a light at the end. And those lights that you're seeing coming to the side of the moon are lifting up and going to other regions, like I show the UFOs at night. So how did our flying technology from the Wright brothers go from this to this? The Dark Knight, a triangle that is supposedly a governmental vehicle from the United States of America. Whether it is or not, I'm not going to get mad at you or fight with you if you tell me that that's just a plane or a bird. That's not even the real speed. This is not even the real speed. The real speed shows only a dot going by. There are lots of dots out there that you all can see. And don't forget, there's spraying on the moon, or there's living entities or creatures that are letting off this smoke trail on the moon. There's lots to see, lots of exciting captures like that here on the channel. So I hope you appreciated that. I'm sure you did. Positive you all did. And we are back. Why, thank you so much. Exactly. That we can all help each other by, doing our own research. We have all different devices. We can still all do the research together of all sizes of telescopes. You don't only need a 14-inch telescope to see UFOs. I started this with a 4 inches and 3/4. It was less than a 5-inch telescope. A Celestron Maksutov Cosgrain I had. Very good telescope with 1100 focal length. Of course, that really helped. Really helped, and I got some good stuff. Honestly, some good stuff. Marco Rochelot, merci mon frère. Don't worry, I'll scroll all the way down, my friends, because I know I miss a lot of comments. Dalek's in the house. Yes, sir. It's Highness. Thanks, brother. No mail yet. Is Highness. You heard it. People always tell me to shut up. Overwhelmed is what I was thinking. Someone asked in the comments, what is Earth? Overwhelming for sure. What is Earth? It's not what they told us, guys. I think it's not what they told us. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's not what they told us. Don't forget your thumbs up for the channel, peoples. I appreciate that. I can't wait to see his banjo doo-dah, doo-dah. I can't wait to see his banjo. Those of you that are religious, those of you that are atheists, that are deniers, haters of ufologists, and believe that it's lies and stuff, honestly, come and contribute your own opinions in the comment sections. I answer all the comments on the videos, and that's why they limit us to only 100 comments here. I'd love one day for somebody, I dare you to try to comment too much on the last video, okay, that I just posted. I will answer every one of them. If a troll or hacker wants to come and put 15,000 comments, I will close my channel if I don't answer those comments. We need more comments on the videos. We need more thumbs up so that the algorithm will push out people. It's what I want. I want more people to be interested in the research because I'm showing it all. I'm showing it all. Big devices on the way. We got the infrared drone on the way. We have more meters and sensors to be able to check magnetic fields, microwave, 5G. And, magnetic fields around me is something I really need because the UFOs are all around me when they come down. And I can get pretty close to them. Really grateful for all of you that are watching. It was about Russia shooting down our satellites, which is against the global treaty. Exactly. Yeah, the global treaty. Now they're designing a treaty for in space. There has to be laws and rules in space. They can't just go out in space and, there's going to have to be a traffic, sort of like a corridor or highway. And but that's where they're going to fight. If we're fighting here on Earth, guys, there's going to be wars on the moon. But there is a lot of stuff happening with high energy up there on the moon, explosions and stuff. It doesn't mean it's a war, but they're doing some high energy, like terahertz energy experimentation. Maybe they're terraforming. I don't know, but it remains something that is extremely interesting. Al Ciriello, thank you very much. Hey, Bruce, health and protection. Always, brother. Thank you, moderators, for your hard work. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it, bro. Just got to keep on keeping on. Yep. If you have wade through the shite, exactly. Just push through it. Scrape it off. Yeah. That's how it is, man. We all have shit on us, right? That's how it is as we're trying to get ahead. And we will make it. Booking my flights out of this wet, cold crap. Be right back. Right on. Go to someplace hot, Jules. And scroll all the way down here. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. 100%. It's already out, and cancer is already not what they said it was. It's not caused by, people back in the days, used to, killing off insects and scrubbing for scurvy, and it's the rats. It's the rats. It's the rats in town that are causing disease. Lie, 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 lie. It's not true. It's not true. Why do they hide apricot seeds? What? And a lot of you now that are listening to Alex Jones are going to say, Bruce, don't forget to mention Alex is mentioning this. Well, not just Alex. A lot of people are now. And yeah, of course, Alex talks to a lot of doctors and a whole bunch of people that talk a lot about apricot seeds, cyanide. Why is it that there's labels on cyanide's bad? And I'm not telling you to drink cyanide. Of course, you're going to die. But there's something you can do with cyanide, which is applying it to another chemical. There's a reaction to it, and the cyanide is actually not harming you. It's actually helping you. Alex was talking all about this. It's been years, right? It's been years that he's been talking about it, but it's actually very true. It's very true. They lie to us. Live to 1,000 years. I'm busted from head to toes. Living another 950 years. Get me some medications, please. Je te comprends, bro. I hear you. But in reality, we I was going to say a joke. I say maybe the women weren't that bad. We have to realize that the contamination over the years and stuff, yeah, it's sort of like something disgusting. I don't really want to talk about it, but it's the best example. Throw away meat on a hot day in a bag. Bag will start jumping around. I'll leave it at that, right? How come? Life. Oh, babies and stuff. Well, party time. Doesn't last very long. It dies down, less movement, less, insects, and that that's like us. That's like us here. It's just longer. It's not just a time we're in a bag. It could be a couple thousands of years till we start getting really sick. Maybe, they'll all look like me, they have blackened eyes and big hunched over fat people and stuff. There's some people that talk about the generations that are to come, how people are going to change, or sperm counts being affected, right? 5G, the blood, the oxygen in the blood and all that. It's nothing good of that. Nothing's good of that, but they don't want to test it. They don't want to talk about it. Horrible. Interesting, eh? Casa Nostra, how are you, brother? On Fort Stanwicks battlefield. Wow. Dude, are you serious? That would be an incredible place of energy. Here, why Indians were here. Where I am right now, there's an Indian reserve not far from here. And again, we're just along the border. They were all along the St. Lawrence here. It must have been incredibly beautiful. And it must have been a lot of war. There's a lot of archaeology here, archaeologists that are digging a couple of miles away from me here right now on their way to St. Anisette. Another place that with Alex, that we'll have to go visit. Il y a chose de tribu, de site archéologue, the Drowler's site. The Drowler's site is where it is, and it's Indian land. It's definitely Indian land. Some of the shit that I'm seeing here, guys, is exactly like Skinwalker Ranch, what some of those lights are doing. And you can't say no. Some of you are already starting to say it. You look at Skinwalker Ranch, what they're seeing. And how come the government shows 3 lights following each other in the sky and call it a UFO video when I know myself it's freaking satellites? That's so stupid. Or airplanes. What the hell is that about? 3 helicopters. People are all infatuated. Look, the government showed 3 lights in the sky. Governments aren't going to show them to you lifting up from the ground. Why? Because they are lifting up from the ground, and they're trying to hide that from you, lifting up from the ground, because they don't want you to know that. Please subscribe if you're on Rumble, to the Rumble channel, to YouTube channel. Thumbs up the videos if you appreciate them. Let me know if you agree with me, having declared that these are the rarest findings anywhere on the internet. I'm pretty sure they are. And if not, well, let me know in a comment. Let me know, definitely in a comment. But wow, there's a lot of people here watching here. Thank you very much. How long has that been? How close did you get to the area that they're lifting off from? Can you get closer? Or what are, Brian, the last video, I'm right there. They're appearing 30 feet in front of me overhead. Right there. In the sky at a level that is over the wires. And when I say over the wires, it probably more than 10 feet. Way lower than small aircraft. They're like at the top of a small building height, like a 30, 40 foot building, maybe 50 feet, right? That's the height from what I perceive them at. In the last video, I show exactly, and like I just explained today, that overhead area where we're looking at is where the lights are coming from, guys. They're coming from that area where the high tension wires are. And in particularly that very spot. It's also the same spot that I saw the blue beam in the sky. I hope you saw that video, guys. The blue beam video. I got a video in the middle of the day. There is a massive blue beam of light rising up into the sky. It looked just like in a Batman movie where they're sending the Batman signal up in the sky at night. Literally a straight, not wide on the top and not wide on the bottom. The same angle. Those of you must remember it. It's a blue beam that's going up. Guys, it was coming from the tree that the UFOs are lifting up from. Now, either that's one hell of an incredibly special tree, or there's a project that's being built there. It's done now. It lasted a year. 2 years ago, they started bulldozing the surface. Maybe there's something underground with the UFOs there, and that's why they suddenly started leaving. There are people there. There's a lot more lights there. As you can see, I'm having a hard time being able to see the area. I went into town and I told you guys it will be good. There's only one light. And then in the last video, you can clearly see that they are lifting up in the lights. You can't see anywhere else. That's where they are. With the drone, we'll be able to get up higher up. I'll do a high up. We'll be able to follow them, so to say, a little bit over the fields. I promise you, You guys know it. I promised. Go back to the video, the first video I showed the 14-inch telescope. I promised all of you that I was going to show you structures and UFOs, and the next friggin' day I got UFOs and started showing structures. The same thing's going to happen with the infrared drone. I'm going to show you a UFO. I'm probably going to get the first video of a drone following a UFO really close, right? For sure. Militaries doesn't want to show it. Well, I definitely will. Also happened, him in town. I live in Port Hope, December 20th, 2022. Port Hope, I know all about that. Another toxic place, back in the days, it was very toxic there with the companies that were there, health problems and everything. Yep. I sort of am thinking what you're thinking, Brian. There's a stomach again. TETs. Thanks again, man. I appreciate that. Surfer girls in the house. Little surfer. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. Have over 20K pages of medical records to summarize. That'll be long enough. Long enough to do. Thanks, Darla. Damien, honor. Happy birthday, Bruce. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Evelyn Saba, my friend from New Zealand. How are you amazing friends doing up there, down there? Hello, wonderful Bruce. Wishing you a lovely day. Thank you very much. New Zealand, sorry I slept in. Don't be sorry. It must be the sun. The sun is making people, up and down. Thanks again, Damien, for being here, you guys. I really love you guys for the support that you give the channel. Thanks those of you that come by again and again and time again. Hello, guys. Joël Saint-Jean, not far away from me. Joël, est-ce que tu as eu de la neige? You all understood that, I hope. Did you get any snow? She's not far away from me. Bro, thank you so much, Dennis. Man, and I didn't even get a chance to say hi. We're still there, man. Best wishes. Love you, man. Dennis, thank you so much. That's a lot, you guys. Is Dennis still here? Let me scroll way down. Oh, I think I saw Dennis pop up. Oh, I think I saw him again. Ruth Joyce is here. They're probably getting ready for the alien invasion with 5G. It could be, Ruth, they're talking about it. I'm a little skeptical on it, but yes, a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of you are mentioning it to me. I wonder if they will actually go through it. Crosshatch, thanks a lot for being here, man. Appreciate it. Thanks to all the viewers that stopped by. I love you guys. Really appreciate that. That was very helpful. Big mast. Yeah, pretty high door for the giant. You know what? I forgot to say as a joke that the reason why the door is that high is when the UFOs come down and hover. Maybe that's where the UFOs are freaking coming from. That side garage door. This year, I'm not going to promise you, but I think is going to be the year that I'm going to be able to show you the UFO phenomenon on the ground. Lights coming from the ground. If I can call them in the sky, I could maybe call them appearing on the ground. So I'll tie myself to a tree, chain myself to a tree in case they levitate me up. I'm not so heavy anymore. They're like, yes, we can bring that big ass up now. He's a little lighter. They tried to bring me up in my sleep once, and I think we crashed. Couldn't get off the ground. Bruce was too heavy. Looks nothing like Oregon marijuana grows or depots. No. And it's that easy. Look them up in Canada, what a marijuana depot looks like. It should be an abandoned building with a door locked, high security fences, obviously. So on top of it, if that's a marijuana depot, there's not even a fence around it, just a parking lot and fields. A little odd. It would be pretty easy to steal marijuana in the middle of the night there, running through the trees after, to the States, I think, A little odd. Simo Booty. Oh, gosh, that's a cool name. Keep your eyes on that, Bruce. Will do, my friend, I promise. Thanks again, Mr. TETs and Dennis the Menace. Thanks a lot, bro. Hey, there was a lot of people here. That's awesome. How come I'm still not scrolled to the bottom? 2:30? Okay. I hate skipping over all the names, guys. Really sorry for that. Miss Numerous, JJL, wishing you fine birthday from Finland. Thanks a lot, you guys in Finland. You guys rock. Want to sell my house and leave here tomorrow? I hate it here. Yes, and then you're gonna leave the place that you hate. You're gonna go to another place and you're gonna say, "Holy shit, I hate this place even more." That's how I look at things. You know, no problem, my friend. I don't need the drone. They come and see me right at the house. Why? Why do you think I will not, Archie Haynes, get close? Much respect to the opinion. Let us know. Let us know what you think. At the same time, if you think it will be hard for me to get to the UFOs, because I feel I might be able to prove you wrong. Oh yeah. Well, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So basically, like you say, like me trying to get close to them, the closer you get, they go further away. The same way a jet will align and try to fly faster to follow them, that object is always going to be pushing itself away. But in my case, they're showing themselves to me, and they might show themselves to me with a drone. Actually, as a matter of fact, I promise you that they will. I feel that they will. Will I be able to get close to them, Archie? Maybe not. We'll see. It'll be interesting to know, but thanks for that feedback. I agree with what you said. Totally possible. You have the ability to move anywhere in Canada. Where should I go? I would go to Namur. Namur. It's only sand. Sand, bears, and houses. Me, when I F off from here, it'll be to go to the moon. And I already know where I want to land. Hopefully, I will be buried there, and hopefully not because somebody kidnaps me. Um, I want to go to the resort at Copernicus. Copernicus crater is the biggest city on the moon, has the most structures there. Landing there would be absolutely impossible for anyone to move around. You will never hear of anyone, any astronaut going anywhere near Copernicus, because it's absolutely impossible to land and to see wherever you land after because of the pipes and tunnels. Imagine what would happen if one of those pipes or tunnels was bombed by a human. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that maybe is what's going on, and that the people on the moon, imagine if they're not as advanced as us. That would be scary, sad that they would be being bombarded by the humans. And if the ignorant elites are doing that with black secret projects, they're risking our lives. What are they doing out there in space? They're absolutely risking our lives. Well, that's what I'm saying. Of course, they're living organisms. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I agree that there are craft. There are other things too, like the object that I saw coming down from the sky that's changing all those shapes and forms. I don't think that's living. Could be. It could be. But light beings on the moon is what I'm filming. Those are living organisms with UFOs, and you can tell the difference. The ones that are living are not flying around the same, and the ones that are UFOs are flying around a lot faster. Creatures don't fly around the speed of light, but they can with the sails. Thanks again, Dennis the Menace. Really sorry about that, man, for not thanking him. Right, so it was a lot of people here. Jan, Oliver, how are you? And just disappeared. Yes, Sabinator. I understand what you were asking about redacted, Sabinator. Didn't get any information yet. I'm looking. This Bobby Cat also talked to somebody that was working at Fox News, or I'm not sure which news station. They're not allowed talking about it. It wasn't her department. She's going to send it off to somebody else's department. They're supposed to get back to me. I will let you guys know. And I think it's going to go boom is what's going to happen. There's going to be a big explosion of the information. And when it comes out, there's going to be something else preoccupying everyone. Like, for example, once the blackout happens, I think that that's what they're going to try to do to stop the UFO truth from coming out. John Anders, how high do you think the UFOs you film from your house are? I'll be honest with you, they are no higher than 30, 40 feet in the air. And I've seen some that were lower than that. But again, seeing it from far, I was not able to film any of them leaving the ground. They're appearing between houses. So the lowest I was able to show them to you is 15, 20 feet, literally below the wires. And I see them at the level of the wires and over the wires. When I say wires, guys, I'm talking about the street wires, not the high tension wires that I showed you in the video. What if Elon's rocket films the aliens and gets broadcast on February 18th as per uh Anika, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not going to say anything. No, I'm going to hold back. Drone, coffee, cheese. Drone, for sure. Drone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anika. Love you for it. Again, 248. I missed. No, okay. I did miss that. Thank you. Born Montreal, from there to bien oui, His Highness. I've heard space compared to the ocean many times. I have too. Absolutely, man. The Real Wayno says small blue-white photon balls in a chain reaction spread from center outward like a pebble in water to form translucent arch. I hate you. Like window in the craft surface. Huh, where the hell have you been studying? Yeah, that's interesting one. And that's another thing. Photons, photonic light. Your eye can see photonic light. Your eye can see 9 to 10 photons in 9, 10 split seconds. Absolutely. And your brain, your consciousness is going to try to understand what it saw, and you might get a little glitch as to what you're seeing. But photonic light can be seen with the naked eye. I looked it up. And it's all in the secret of the electricity. Type 2 civilizations, or type 1, type 2 civilizations, the civilizations, type 3, the civilizations that is going to harness the energy of the universe. We're not there. We can't harness the energy of the sun. We can't harness any of that energy, but we can reproduce the sun. Not good. You see what they're doing? They're trying to play God. They're playing with big toys and chemicals and products. We're paying for it all. So really thank you all for coming by, for supporting the channel. Et merci beaucoup, Megatical. Bien apprécié. Megatical, est-ce que tu connais Jeff Benoit Live? Je viens de faire une grosse entrevue avec le monsieur. Vous pouvez checker sa chaîne. Je l'ai mis dans la communauté. Thanks, everyone. Let her rip, Bruce. Exposure and disclosure is the only way forward. Intrepid Soul. I love the name. Thanks. Yep, you're absolutely right about that. Thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hang in there, LA. Don't let life fuck up your day, LA. Don't let life get to you. And if you're down, talk about it. It's the only thing that helps. Absolutely. Wish, could you check out this craft I found for you? Vorlon Planet Killer, Babylon 5. It's like your UFOs on the moon. Really, eh? Share a link in the community or something after. Or here, sure. Thank you, sir. Merci encore, Alex d'être ici. Motley MS Sport. Gomsy, take care, people. Love you. Gomsy, thanks again for the comments, for the support and everything, you guys. Archie Haynes says, in 8 years of 24/7 researcher, big researcher, him too, I've seen no ships, craft, or Tic Tacs, except cloud ships. I love cloud ships, the ideal theory of that. Well, I'll tell you what, I got the TR3B 3 to 4 times, different triangle, but it could be the same one at different depths, like I just showed in this video. And I also caught once in my life, Archie, a Tic Tac shape. So yeah, there are not hundreds of thousands of people seeing Tic Tacs. I've never heard of anybody really saying that they saw a Tic Tac except for someone in the military. It's not a shape that I saw very, very often, a Tic Tac shape. And again, all these objects are flying around so damn fast. 7th year of research completing 24/7. in August this year. Yeah, listen, I'm open for that. Absolutely. All the UFO crafts could be biological UFOs. It could be living organisms that are whizzing themselves around in the solar winds from planet to planet. Me there, you don't have to bend my arm, Arky, to believe that or to be interested in that theory. 100%. JJL, thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Wow. It's higher than this. I was 63 when I saw a saucer. Wow, bro, eh? It's 63 is still young, but still, it's surprising that all your life you had not seen it, and then at that age you see it. Really intriguing. Michael Emordeno, thank you very much. Hello, Bruce, for the second time. I just like to be acknowledged. Sometimes love your channel. You should always love the channel and not sometimes love the channel. Michael, I will acknowledge you, my friend. Thanks a lot for being here. Appreciate it. Live long and prosper. Thank you. First experience, Kai, 16. Right on, man. Hey, Arky, thank you very much for doing so. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. And welcome at the same time. Welcome to all other like-minded people. Merci, Alex. Our beautiful and sweet Anika. Thank you so much. Is Leah here? How is Leah doing? Is Leah okay? Didn't see her. She's probably here for sure. Or will be here tonight. Hello, if she's listening. Everything all right, buddy? Hey, man, I hope things get through okay, man. Sorry about that. Let us know. That's important, Kai. It was a bottle over my head. I became a CE3. Same. I'm sort of developing my own little langage to talk to the aliens, even though I'm pretty sure they talk like that's probably how they like something freaky, like, maybe they're like squirrels or something. You're like, oh shit, we can't understand that. There's lots of funny theories that you can bring to the table with that, eh? Definitely lots of funny things. Thank you, Susan Ravella. Indeed, everybody, please join us tonight at the 8 o'clock live stream. Thanks to Rumble, thanks to Twitter, thanks to YouTube people. I love you guys so much. I really mean it. This channel is being blocked, and the limited amount of people that come to this channel, guys, it's really helping this channel expand outwards in a small way, and I appreciate that. Please don't stop doing what you're all doing. Bruce, an extra job ideal for your drone, taking pictures of people's houses and put on canvas to sell them. I'm way ahead of you. No, absolutely. And depending on what size of drone you have, there is a market for a drone. People can do some work with the drones. I'm a good photographer. Get a nice overhead view of a house on a first snowfall for Christmas, for example. Yeah, I might be able to have some people interested in, you get some nice shots up. You show them to them. You prepare them all. That's a good idea, man. They echolocate, and 3 or more can levitate other objects. Levitate other objects. I'm telling you what, man, Arky, they are separating themselves. I have ample videos, lots of videos of these UFOs separating themselves, literally separating themselves, becoming two. And excuse me, one of my favorite, the head-on collision, UFO head-on collision. One of my favorites. Mods, thank you very much for being here. About 21. My first was about 4.5. Then at 6. Then it got really intense. And I started seeing everything. Exactly, man. How did 80,000 kids at the border disappear? It doesn't make any sense, They really can be bringing people to the moon, God's will, not attempting to push my belief. Oh, you are more than welcome to give your opinion, my friend. Not attempting to push my belief. However, I think the narrative about aliens is that they are demons. And I respect that. Thank you very much for contributing your ideas for it. I'm open-minded, my friend. You might be right. If we knew that, the world would change. Everyone knows something exists, but aliens hasn't changed. Thank you very much. God's will. But anything, right, exactly, hasn't changed. Thanks, Darla. Like, share, and please subscribe to my channel to help the channel grow. Check it up, Susan Ravella. CE3, it would be related to Stephen Greer. I'm not going to hide it. I've never even looked into anything related to the CE3. Apparently, it's a language. I don't know if it's Stephen Greer that invented it or has to do with the Rosetta Stone and all that, but CE3 language, a way of communicating with the UFOs, right? Some people use lasers, some people use lights. One person commented here just the other day that they used the phone, just a regular cell phone flash that they flashed in the sky, a couple of times, and the UFO replied and flashed back a couple of times. Just a beautiful little event. It's sort of like a hello. I think that extraterrestrials and aliens are also, they have a very big sense of humor. And I think a sense of humor comes from an intelligent race. I think all intelligent races would have some form of fun, or hopefully, Absolutely. I caught 67P. And I also talked a lot about it. I mean, there's the thing's inhabited or whatnot. There's lots of objects on it. I have Dennis the Menace that enjoys the 67P comet. And as a matter of fact, when that mama came by, a lot of hype was happening. A lot of UFO related things were happening. yeah, Sabinator. Yeah, I heard. Or talked like fish to exactly. And we're screwed. That's aggressive. Close Encounters. Had the chance to have one. And it healed my chest problem. But anyways, I think that demons can exist, my friends. But I think good spirits exist also. God's will. If I ask you as a religious person, do you believe in good spirits? That's something I never asked you guys. Maybe that'll play with your minds a little bit, because you guys are talking about the good spirits, God, the Holy Spirit, and all this and all that, right? So if you think that those are demons, do you believe that there are good spirits out there too? Because I really don't know why people have a tendency of saying they're demons, they're demons, they're demons. Jesus and God told you that the Son was coming back. Why are people pushing him away? If those spirits, if those UFO lights are angels, you do know that we're going to be shooting them down. And the world is going to be told maybe that they are demons. But it could be that you're right. Like I said, that's the way I look at it. But people have a tendency of thinking everything is demonic, right? The demons in the realm of the lower realm where the demons are is Earth. All the different realms and dimensions must have physical planes. If you go to hell, it must be on a physical plane. If you go to heaven, heaven must be sitting on something like a planet. People don't think of that. Just think it's a flat thing in the sky. Where does flat planets come from? Think of it. Does anything flat rotate in space properly? I don't know. Would have to be round or not, Common sense is basically what a lot of people don't have. Thank you, Elias. Click on that notification bell before I get off here. Jim Bob North, thanks for being on Rumble, says they are telepathic. I believe it, because that's how I communicated with the light that came into the house. Because don't forget, I'm not just filming lights in the sky, I'm filming lights in the house. And if you are from the UK, as always, Hauser, thank you. Tonight's late stream will be for people in the UK at 1 a.m. Thank you very much. Susan Ravella, thanks everybody. Rod R. Are there? Well, it's about time. Well, you'd think, with the quantity of platforms that I'm posting on, at one point, you would get somebody you'd think that would stop by the channel, be interested. And I want to personally thank you if you subscribe to the channel. It means more than you think. I'm trying to reach more people, and we're lucky now. We got to 100,000 subscribers. It's not that many people that get the chance to have 100,000 subscribers. We're under 300,000 people worldwide that have 100,000 subscribers. So I'm more than honored, but it's always nice to know that there's a few subscribers coming into the channel. I thank you all very much for the support. It's a free channel. You don't have to subscribe, but if you do, it is going to help me grow. So I linger on it a little bit. Sandra, thank you very much. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming back, Sandra. Be seeing you all tonight, guys. Please do join us tonight, guys. Diana, can't join the live later. It's already 8 p.m. here. The grandkids walked my legs off round the zoo today. Diana, nice of you. How nice of you to spend the time with the kids. But listen, just the fact that you came by to give us a little hello, I love you for it. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. LA. You play comments, so she must be okay. Are you talking about Leah or hope they are? Hope you're all okay. Yes, the Georgia Guidestones. The Georgia Guidestones. That's another. As a matter of fact, LA. Some people say that it is alien. Some people say that it's an alien race that wrote on that to keep the limitation of the. Like what it talks about on that is the population of Earth. They keep it at 500 million or 500,000, something like that, right? Very scary when you think of it. Thank you, Jules. Subscribe, like, and share. JWs. Thank you very much, Jules. Thank you for being here. Greer sure makes a buttload of money nowadays. Yes, exactly. That's true, you know. It'd be scary to think that he was doing it just for that. Hopefully not, eh? But they are making money in that, you know. I should have too, but didn't. I just wanted enough to be able to live. Need a bit more, but it'll happen. It'll happen. Once it explodes. Please do check out my photo small tiny website. If you want a base on your wall, Mark Goldman, you asked me, that is the site, the picture site on all the videos. I want to thank you all for coming by the channel and for supporting it. I love you all so very, very much. Thank you for subscribing, everyone. I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Going back to do some research. More videos will continue. In a day or two, we'll start back up with some more shorts. It's a lot of work, guys, getting the shorts out. I don't know if you noticed, I posted 700 shorts in like, am I exaggerating? 400? Anyways, hundreds of shorts. And I posted that in a month. And they get 200, 500, some go 1,000 stuff. So go back to the short videos. They are all recent research videos that you guys can check out and see real stuff really close up. Thank you, everyone. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. Love you, Rumble. Guys, Twitter. I can't thank you all enough for coming by the streams. Keep doing the same. Thanks to those of you that repost. I'm seeing some reposts on Twitter. Thanks again. Talk soon. Bye-bye for now.